everyone, my name is Sarai and welcome to the Moody Kitchen, where I cook whatever I'm in the mood for, vegan style. Today I am in the mood for some vegan Bao Buns, warm, fluffy, stuffed with teriyaki mushroom and hoisin eggplant and pickled vegetables, garnished with some cilantro. I'm just hoping that it comes out exactly how I envision it because this is my first time making Bao Buns. Luckily, I've had some help from my sister who has provided me her recipe, so fingers crossed that this will all work out. Let's get started. Before we do anything, I gotta put on my apron because your girl will be a little bit messy when she's chefing it up in the kitchen, but that's how you know the food gonna be good if you make a huge mess. I don't want to hear it. Poo. Now, let's get started. First, I'm going to start making my Bao Bun dough. I'm going to add 1 cup of warm water to the bowl. And 1 1/4 teaspoon of active dry yeast. Mix the yeast in the water until it dissolves. I'm going to set aside and start on my dry ingredients. I'm using 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 pinch of salt, babe, 2.5 tablespoons of cane sugar, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of sesame oil to my yeast mixture and adding the wet mixture to my dry ingredients. I'm going to mix this together until it starts to form a ball. My dough is super dry, so I had to add 1/4 cup of water to get the flour to stick. I kneaded the dough until it was nice and smooth. Then I used about 1 tablespoon of sesame oil to coat a large bowl. I added my ball of dough to the bowl and covered it in Saran wrap. I then tossed a cloth towel over it and set it aside in a warm area to rise for about 2 hours. Time to pickle the cucumbers and the carrots. First, I'm going to make the pickle juice. I added 1/4 cup of water, 3/4 cup of rice vinegar, a dash or 2 of salt, 2 tablespoons of cane sugar, then I set that aside. Next, I'm going to julienne cut my cucumbers. I used a mandolin to do this. I'm pretty sure a knife would do just fine. I just want it to be fancy. I didn't know that cucumbers in a julienne form taste so good. Once I julienned all my cucumbers, I put that in a bowl along with my pickle juice and set that aside to pickle red. I could eat julienned cucumbers all day. Y'all want some ASMR action? How's that for you? Now on to the carrot.
What's up, y'all?
Then I repeated the same process to my carrots. Once I julienned all my carrots, I added it to the jar along with the pickle juice and set that aside to pickle. Next, I'm going to prepare my eggplant for grilling and marinate the oyster mushroom. First, I cut up the eggplant into 3 pieces, and then I sliced them in half. Then I sliced up my oyster mushrooms. I made sure to cut off the big rubbery stem because it doesn't have the best texture. I'm adding my oyster mushrooms to a bowl, and I'm going to prepare my marinade. Just a half cup of teriyaki sauce, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke, 1 tablespoon of agave, 2 teaspoons of tamari sauce, and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. I added this sauce to the mushrooms and set it aside to marinate. Next, I'm going to grill my eggplant and cook the marinated mushrooms, as well as prepare the risen dough to be steamed. I cut my dough into 10 squares and formed each square into a ball. Rolled each ball into a medium-sized circle, and then coated 1/2 of the circle in sesame oil. Then folded it over. I also coated the top, but later on I found this step to be unnecessary, so I probably should have skipped this. And I placed the buns on a pan and set that aside to rise as I was cooking my fillings. Next, I heated up about 1 tablespoon of sesame oil in a pan on medium-high heat. Once the oil was heated up, I added in my marinated mushrooms. Mushrooms on medium to high heat until all of the extra water and extra liquid cooked out. Know that the mushrooms are done when they have a nice caramel color and is slightly crispy on the outside. Grilled up each eggplant piece on each side. Once each side is thoroughly grilled, I placed the eggplant back on the chopping board and chopped each piece into cubes. I added the remaining mushroom marinade to the pan, and I added chopped up garlic. I also added 1/4 of a cup of hoisin sauce. Cook down this sauce until it thickens. I added in the cubed eggplant. And made sure that each piece gets coated in that sauce. I covered the eggplant with the lid and cooked it on low to medium heat. You'll know it's done when the eggplant is nice and tender and can be cut with a spoon. Moving on to the bao buns. Once my pot of water came to a boil, it was time to steam. I made sure to place each bun on a square of parchment paper to prevent it from sticking to the steamer. Placed the steamer on a pot and steamed it for about 8 to 10 minutes. And there you have it, nice and fluffy and warm bao buns. Now after adding the fillings and the garnishes, I couldn't help but bust down some buns. Now I hope you guys enjoy this recipe as much as I enjoyed eating it. It took me over 4 hours to record and make this dish, but I hope it only takes you 2 hours to make it because baby, it was too much, it was too much. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram for some delicious food photography. Don't forget to like this video, comment below, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.